Hi everyone, it's Jessica Hoover again, your book lady with Usborne Books and More, and I'm here to share with you some of my favorite storybooks. Everyone loves sitting with their child and reading. It can be some of our favorite and sweetest memories from our children's childhood, and so Usborne is happy to provide you with just some fabulous choices to fill your bookshelves with for those sweet times when you're just sitting and reading to your child. So one of the most popular books that we have to offer for storybooks is I'm a Dirty Dinosaur. It's great. The illustrations are just fantastic. You can actually see that real mud was used in the making of these illustrations. And so you've got a dinosaur, and he is a dirty, dirty dinosaur. And little ones, especially toddlers and preschoolers, love the interaction with this book. Sniff, sniff, snuff, snuff, sniff, sniff. He has got a dirty snout, and that is the noise he is making. And then he's going to shake, shake, shake about because he never has a wash. He just shakes about the place. So super cute, super fun. We also now have a brand new edition of this book called I'm a Hungry Dinosaur, which is a new favorite around my house. The Usborne illustrated fairy tales. Everyone remembers a favorite fairy tale from childhood, and this is a great way to introduce those fairy tales to your reader with beautiful drawn illustrations inside and some of the most classic stories from Beauty and the Beast to Sleeping Beauty. Just really a great way to introduce a young reader to these books. Along with that, we've got Usborne 10-minute stories. These stories are just classic tales that include stories like The King's Pudding, The Tin Soldier, Beauty and the Beast, Why the Sea is Salty, The Story of Pegasus, Dick Whittington, The Magic Gifts, The Firebird, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Pinocchio. These are 10-minute stories, and they're a great way to help your growing reader be able to sit and listen to a whole story. So, great one to start with. Jonathan James and the What If Monster. The What If Monster is kind of a staple around Usborne. You'll see him. We have a plush toy that can go along with this book, too. Great for a child who maybe has some anxiety about different aspects of life, whether it be trying new things or taking a risk, climbing a tree, playing baseball, things like that. Jonathan James and the What If Monster. So this is a book that I come back to time and again with my daughter whenever she has fears. Oh, in my stack, I'm a Hungry Dinosaur. See, I told you, there it is. Okay, I know that some of you are familiar with Billy B. Brown. Billy B. Brown is a wonderful series of first beginner chapter books. And now we have a new series with Billy. It's Billy's Adventures, and this is Billy's Underwater Adventure. And I think the other one is Billy's Arabian Adventure or something to that effect. I don't have that one right now. But this is a great way to really draw your child into this character. We have some really great characters for your children to fall in love with. Maybe some characters that they haven't seen. They're not characters they're necessarily going to see on TV or in other places, but they are still characters that your child can fall in love with. And so this is a great way to introduce your preschooler in a format that they'll be interested in. And then when they're ready, you can introduce them to this chapter book. And so that's just a way to continue a love for reading throughout the years with a character they're already familiar with. Okay, The Complete Book of Farmyard Tales. This is one of our dual readers, and it's a great way to help your growing reader to read. Again, it's got this simple sentence at the top that they can learn to read, and then some more complex text at the bottom. But you will fall in love with The Complete Book of Farmyard Tales. My family has fallen in love with this book over the years, and we have read these time and again, and there's also a companion CD. But you'll learn about Apple Tree Farm, Poppy and Sam and their dog called Rusty, and Mrs. Boot the farmer, and all their adventures that they go on together as a family. And this is just really great for a child who loves tractors and farms and farm animals and all that kind of stuff, but really just great as a beginning reader. Very interesting stories. Another book that also has a chapter book series related to it that we publish, Splash Anahibiscus. We also have Double Trouble, which is another Anahibiscus storybook. And then there is a chapter book series that is 4 parts. You can introduce your child to Anahibiscus. She's a little girl who is from West Africa, and this is just a great way to introduce a new culture and to introduce introduce a character that your child can love for years to come when they're old enough to read the chapter books. So a great storybook to read. Super Duck. Super Duck. Okay, I know some of you have children who are fans of superheroes. Well, this is Super Duck. And Super Duck is kind of a clumsy hero, but somehow is a hero nonetheless. And if you have a child who, again, who loves farmyard type stuff and that kind of thing, and loves superheroes, this is perfect. It's a great combination of the two. So Super Duck. A Tale of Two Beasts. This might be one of my favorites because I think it's just so funny. But this is a book that kind of gives you two different perspectives. It gives you the perspective of the little girl and the perspective of the squirrel or the raccoon. I've never quite figured out what he is, but he's a strange little beast, they say. But you read the story in part one from her perspective, her perspective, and then you read it from this little guy's perspective, and it's interesting how similar or different, depending on which way you look at it, their perspectives are. So a really super fun little read. One of my favorite Kane Miller authors is Eric Odie. He's author of another book called Dan the Taxi Man, which is one of our favorites. Very interactive storybook that we offer. But also, he's got a brand new one. It's called Too Many Tomatoes. It is a super fun rhyming book. Eric Odie's great with rhyming. And tomatoes on trains, tomatoes on tracks, tomatoes on tow trucks with cars on their backs, tomatoes that topple from towering vines, crawling and sprawling in curling designs. Really love Eric Odie and his just ability to rhyme and have fun in his books. So Dan the Taxi Man is another one of his that we love in our house, and this is his new one, Too Many Tomatoes. Okay, just to keep this short and sweet, these are Shine-a-Light books full of great information, great to read together, and great because they are so interactive. If you haven't seen these before, there'll be a video later, but use a flashlight to put light behind the page and illuminate a secret picture. There's now 9 in the series, and they are some of our top sellers for a reason because they are fun to read. They're fun for your children to play with on their own. So this is Secrets of the Seashore. Again, there are now 9 in the series, so lots of fun. And last but not least, this isn't exactly a storybook, but this is a book that you really can enjoy with your child if you choose and you imagine. And this book is full of pictures, and it takes you on an adventure. It's a little bit of a choose-your-own-adventure style. It says if you could go anywhere, where would you go? And you've got all these different places that are pictured here, and you and your child can talk about where you would go and why you would go there. Who would you like for friends and family? You can pick out a different friend and a different family each time. So this is you choose. Again, we also have Just Imagine. And so that is just a smattering of our fabulous storybooks and books that you can really sit and enjoy with your children. And so let me know in the comment what your favorite books that I featured were, and ask me if you have any other questions about the particular books or about other books I could show you. Thanks.